Let's get it. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And as always, I'm so glad to see it. I thank the Most High for this day, that we're able to get up and get out and enjoy it. Have the ability of all our limbs to be able to walk and talk. See, as I always like to mention my testimony, I wasn't always able to walk and talk. Matter of fact, from one day to the next, those abilities were diminished. For a short spell or a short season in my life. And at the same time, I'm no longer able to walk like I used to at all. Pardon me. Nor able to run or go jogging like I used to love to do. But all praises to the Most High. We're still able to get up and get out and get on our bike. Put us in 10 miles when we do get out to ride. That's changed now a bit because we're doing a little more work. Thank the Most High. I do hope everyone is well, as we always love to say. And I hope that you too are able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting yourself in some fresh air, some sunshine, and most high willing, some good old exercise. At least to the point where you're getting your heart rate up. The recommended hour per day. Okay. And I also want to mention again that if you need prayer for any reason, do email me at bobbyhollow@gmail.com. That's BOBBYHOLLOW@gmail.com, and write in the title area for prayer, and then give me a description of what we're going to be praying, going to the Most High about. Pardon me. And as I was saying, I do have a great thought that the Most High shared with me over the weekend. And it's one that lends itself to last week's thoughts about distraction, or should we say distraction training, and taking it to the next level. You might say, well, Robert, how do we take distraction training to the next level? And I would say that's a very good question. And it's what the Most High was just hammering in my head over the weekend. Mistaken, pretty much from Friday night. He was like, let this mind be in you. Let this mind be in you. Let this mind be in you. Think like this. Think like this. Think on these things. Think on these things. Let this mind be in you. I mean, it was just over and over and over. Repetition. I said, okay, Moses. Got it. And that text is coming out of Philippians 2:5-11. It says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahushua, who being in the form of the Most High, Yahuwah, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahuwah. but made himself of no reputation. Pardon me. And took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. Hallelujah. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the stake. I know a lot of people say the cross, but it was actually a stake. Wherefore the Most High Yahuwah also hath highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahusha every knee should bow, and things of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahusha HaMashiach is Adonai, to the glory of Yahuwah the Abba. Hallelujah. And then we go over to Hebrews 12:2. We do this by keeping our eyes on Yahusha, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the stake, disregarding his shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside Yahuwah's, or the Most High's throne. And then Ephesians 2:4-10. But the Most High Yahuwah, who is rich in mercy, because of his great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with HaMashiach. By grace you have been saved, and raised us, up together, and made us sit together in heavenly places in HaMashiach Yahushua, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and in his kindness towards us in HaMashiach Yahushua. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High Yahuwah, not of works, lest anyone should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in HaMashiach Yahushua for good works, which Yahuwah prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. And I wrote under that, walk them out. Walk them out. Walk out what, Robert? Them thoughts you're thinking. The same as Yahushua. When it said, let this mind be in you that was in him. He walked out them thoughts that the Most High had for him to walk out. In Matthew 16:19, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. And Philippians 4:6-9. Don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell the Most High what you need, and thank him for all he has done. Then you will experience the Most High's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in HaMashiach Yahushua. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true, and honorable, and right, and pure, and lovely, and admirable. about these that are excellent, or think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Keep putting into practice all you learn and receive from me, everything you heard from me and saw me doing. Then the Elohim of peace will be with you. If you do this, then this will happen. As we continue to say week after week, we all have a choice to make. We can let this mind, or we can let the mind, thoughts of our forefathers had, be our own. So what I'm saying there is we can let this mind that was in Yahusha and that Paul was explaining about the thoughts we should keep, what is honorable, what is true, what is right, what is pure, what is lovely, and what is admirable. We can hold them thoughts or the thoughts of our forefathers. We can clearly see and where it got them as for their opportunity to enter the promised land coming out of the wilderness. We see that they wasn't able to get into the promised land because of the mindset they had. See, even though the Most High walked them through, He walked them through slowly. He showed them, I'm gonna provide for you, I'm gonna take care of you, your clothes aren't gonna wear down, you're gonna have food to eat, you're gonna have water. He gave them manna they wanted meat, He gave them meat. I mean, He gave them birds. I mean, something like chicken. I believe that's why we love chicken so much. Because it said in one text, if I'm not mistaken, He made them eat it until they was throwing it up. And I may be wrong, but all praise to the Most High. But I imagine that's why we love some fried chicken. But they died off complaining. But not us. We're going higher and higher into the righteousness and thoughts that our Elohim has for and towards us. And we see here in Joshua 24 and 15, but if you refuse to serve the Most High, then choose today whom you will serve. Would you prefer the gods or Elohims your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates? Or will it be the gods or Elohims of the Amorites in whose land you now live? But as for me and my family, we will serve the Most High Elohim, Yahuwah. And in 1 John 4 and 18, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. And that's very easy to understand. And I do have a great testimony today about that same perfect love and perfect trust, if we might well add. I went out on a job today, and it was assembling a bike. And it was supposed to have just been a regular bike, which I ride every day, so I pretty much know my way around the bicycle. Yeah, I got people walking across in front of me, so I'm keeping my eye on them. However, when I got to the gentleman's home, we introduced each of us ourselves to each other, and I was like, okay, where's the bike? he hit his garage opening, and I saw what looked like an old Corvette. I couldn't tell because it was under a cover, but you know how them vets look. And it was old too because it had them the wheels with the rims. The rims had a little rust on the edges of them. You could tell. Old as dirt. Real nice. And then it had old BMW in there, something real new, sports junk with sports coupe BMW. The best, of course. But when we got to the box was over on the right side of the garage, all from the vehicles. He said, "There it is right there, Robert." I said, "Okay, no problem." I went and grabbed it and touched the box, and I was like, "Oh," I said, And he knew what it was. He was like, "Yeah, it's an e-bike. Did they not tell you?" I was like, "No, sir, they didn't tell me." He said, "Yeah, it's gonna be a little extra, and I'm well prepared for that if you need to stay over longer. And basically, I'll pay you because I'd rather pay you anyway." I was like, "No problem, we can work that out for sure." But I wasn't concerned about no money. My main concern was about getting the bike together because I've never worked on an e-bike. And even though on the most part, they're basically just a bicycle with a motor on it. But you don't know this going into the job. Well, I didn't. And for a split second, fear jumped on me, or tried to. And I was like, "Oh boy." And he asked me, he was like, "Is that gonna be a problem?" And I felt the Most High comfort me just that second. I said, "No, sir, it's not going to be a problem. We're going to work it out, no problem." And then he started asking questions. He was like, "Well, have you worked on an e-bike before?" I was like, "No, this will be the first, but it's no problem. It's not going to be too much harder than a regular bike." So instead of me comforting myself, I was comforting him at the same time, comforting myself and building my faith up. Because it is no problem. We got this. Whatever comes our way, we got it. See, the Most High wouldn't allow me to have that job if I couldn't handle it. And I'm seeing that with each one that I'm getting. They're made for me. Just like it says in the text, all things work together for our good. But see, first we got to have that mind state. And see, I was thinking about that on the way over with Yahushua. See, he knew he was special from the get-go. He had that mindset that, okay, I'm going to be obedient even unto death. So he knew anything that came his way, he was going to be able to handle it. And he did. Marvelously. Pardon me, at times I have to get my brain to work in this tongue like it should be. See, it's something else when you can't talk for like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and all you can say is and you have to go to a speech therapist and they have to teach you how to talk again. Tough, real tough. But all praises to the Most High, we yapping away now. Every now and again I might get a little heavy tongue or don't quite get the lips correct, but as long as we can get out what we're thinking, all praises to the Most High. But yeah, I was thinking about Yahushua's uniqueness and how he looked ahead. And I'm sure he was shown this. See, like he said, he did nothing apart from the Most High. So I'm sure the Most High showed him a vision of him having to not only tackle the stake, but also the joy that he would get from doing what he was supposed to do, the outcome. And see, that's what we have to keep in mind. As long as I'm obedient, I'm going to get the right outcome. And that is submit myself to him daily and walking out what he tells me to do daily. But yeah, that fear tried to jump on me earlier. And like, what if I take this job and can't do it? See, that's one of the biggest no-nos at what I do. See, when you jump on a job, you're supposed to have the ability and the tools to handle it once you take it. And a lot of times the customers already know they're giving false information, or like folks that say, a lie is what you tell when you don't give all the truth. So basically they're telling a lie because they're not giving all the truth. However, as long as they paying, we stand. As long as they're paying, we stand. And needless to say, the Most High kept me calm, and in me staying calm, I was able to read them instructions. I was able to read them instructions quite clearly. And see, that's all it's about anyway. Just reading the instructions in whatever you do in life. See, Yahushua read them instructions. Yes, he did. He was well versed in that text in Torah. See, he read about himself all his life, and he sat around other people that talked about him all his life. And see, we're the same way. Like the text says, it's written to me in the volume of the book. It's written to me. Or however that text says, we'll put it in the recording. But see, we have to have the same mentality. This text is talking about me. When it's saying, let this mind be in you that was also in Yahushua, it's talking about me. So I have to be willing to do what I'm told. Obedient unto the great sacrifice. So if the great sacrifice comes, it comes. But until that happens, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to do what I'm told. Let this mind be in you that was also in Mashiach Yahushua. And see, I love how Paul wrote that thing. He said, let this mind be in you. That means you have a choice, like we wrote in the description. You have a choice. We always have a choice. Are you going to be like our ancestors or our forefathers who got there in the wilderness and got left out there? You know that's got to be a bad feeling. Just like with Moses seeing the promised land but can't go in. That's a hurting feeling to me. And see, I was thinking about this when I was doing this study last evening about how, pardon me. Y'all know I just drank that water, so bear with a brother. But I hope I'm not too ashy or have dirt on my nails, which I see I do. I just come from a job, so pardon me, where I was moving up the bike, the seat, the wheels, putting the wheels and stuff together, so that's why my hand's dirty. And I know if I had went home, I wouldn't have felt like getting back out. Which I went home, but I sat there long enough and contemplated long enough and said, oh, okay, I'm not going in the house. Because I was going to come on out and get my ride on, which I was going to go inside and change. Because on the jobs, we have to dress a bit professional. At least with a button up and some khakis or jeans. But all praises, I know I be giving out a little too much information sometimes. My wife be telling me, you don't have to tell them all that. But I like to be transparent and let people knows what the goings on is with me. See, that's part of being family. You let them know what's real with you and what's not. But one of the reasons I'm not riding today is my foot is hurting. So pray for a brother's foot. I need to get a pad made for my shoe or for my brace. But the doctor's offices are tripping. They want me to go through the doctor. Not the doctor office, but the people that make my brace. They don't want to make it without me going through the doctor and having insurance. And right now I don't have insurance. But all praises to the Most High. And yes, I've had people that was going to help and step in and help me get the brace. Get the foot pad for the brace, but they don't want to take cash. But we're going to work it out, Most High willing. Getting ready to get some insurance now. Now the Most High is giving me more employment. Thank the Most High. We're not going to complain though. I just mentioned it because it is urgent. So pray for a brother. Not only that we'll get what we need for it, but that it won't hurt so bad. And it does that when you put more pressure on it than normally. That's why I don't walk as much and I jump on this bike and ride more. I have been. But all praises to the Most High. Like I was saying, we have a choice. Just like I have a choice to come on out here and do this recording because I don't have no choice. To be quite honest, I don't. Because it's who I am. I get so excited when he said, let's do a recording. Or we need to study. I say, okay, it's time to learn. Time for Daddy to teach me something. And it's like when my pop was teaching us back in the day. I remember one time, well, I won't share that. That's a little more intimate. But it's a great example of a loving father and how he teaches his son. And I'll share that. He was teaching us how to wash ourselves and how to take care of ourselves personally. And I guess the reason it came to mind is because how loving and caring he was in sharing that information, how important it was for us to do them things as young boys or little boys who when they become men. And how important it is to keep a nice haircut and all them good things. But my encouraging word for today is somewhat the same as we always would like to say it as an encouraging word. Tune in to the Most High's voice through his Ruach HaKodesh and ask him to help you. Like the text says, let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight. O Adonai, my strength and my Redeemer. I pray that prayer for all of us today. Because that's basically saying, let this mind be in us that was in Hamashiach Yahusha. When we say, let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart, my meditations, my thoughts, and all praises to the Most High. If I wasn't careful, I would sit here all day and talk. Let me get up and get to the house. supposed to be cooking something tonight. Well, I'm not actually. I'm making some chicken salad. Something somewhat easy. But as always, I love you all. I pray you stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Oh yeah, thank you, Father. Don't forget, if you need prayer, reach out at bobbyhollow@gmail.com.